Hey, this is your girl, Tori. Charlene, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you
Okay,
well.
this is your girl, Tori. I got to get myself in the frame. This is your girl, Tori. We're broadcasting live on Keep the Faith podcast. And of course, I have my good friend, Miss Charlene with me today. And she
Hello,
is with
hello.
Forgiving Hearts organization, nonprofit
Mhm.
organization. Now,
That's right.
Charlene, I asked you this last week, but just in case people did not get a chance to watch the replay or miss the live,
Hmm.
explain the significance of your nonprofit organization and also explain how you came up with the title.
Absolutely, yes. I don't mind repeating it. We want to make sure every person watching, whenever they're watching, is aware. I believe that when people understand where you're coming from and why you started, they will invest more into what you're trying to do. So, Forgiving Hearts was started in 2018. I have had a love for community service pretty much all of my life. And so I've been serving through various organizations, again, since I was very young. Knowing, however, that there were certain things that I wanted to push a little more after doing research and realizing some areas where we could do a little bit more, I knew that I wanted to do something that was a separate entity from those organizations. I'm still active with those organizations. I still love those organizations, but I knew I wanted to do something more. I'm a teacher, so I started when I was at Timmonsville High School, a club called the Whirlwinds Heart Club. And it started off with the focus on obviously the heart. And the students, the faculty, the community really bought into that concept of spreading awareness. And we would do so in a very fun way because, you have to try to captivate the young people to get them to listen to you. So it doesn't sound like, oh, she's preaching again. And so I had a group of amazing young ladies who really were invested into it, who would spend so much of their free time assisting, spreading awareness. So we started off talking about heart health, and then we started, of course, started talking about breast cancer awareness and doing just other things to benefit the Florence Area Humane Society. It was just, I mean, it was so much fun. I had just as much fun, if not more, than the girls. So I wanted to do something along those lines, but I knew I needed again to do something that was separate from the school because although I love the school and you would think that you would stay there forever, and many people do, I knew that I would probably grow. I was very young, especially at that time. I'm in my late 20s, very early 30s, and I knew that life would probably take me to other places just so that I could continue to grow and develop professionally. So I wanted to do something, again, a separate entity. And I was like, okay, here I am again thinking I need to do a nonprofit organization. Well, life happens and I kind of got off track. I lost a second brother, my baby brother. And once, all of that happened, I got my feet back somewhat, so to speak, on the ground, finding my way again. I said to myself, I want to do something in the memory of those brothers. So mixing that desire, my love for giving back to the community together, I decided to start a nonprofit organization called Forgiven Hearts. So you ask yourself, okay, the two brothers who passed away, my older brother passed from sickle cell disease. So we do spread a lot of awareness about that. And my baby brother was hit by a car. Obviously, I am a heart. And you ask yourself, who is the fourth heart? Well, the fourth heart is my twin sister, and that's why you see the two green hearts in the logo. So every part of the organization is very special to me. It has a very personal meaning to me and all of us, and my goal is to make it be a special organization, have a special purpose in the lives of all of the people who come in contact with us and learn about Forgiven Hearts. So you have four McKnight children of Clarissa and Ricky McKnight. So you have the four of us represented in the logo, in the name, and
Mhm.
obviously the logo colors are from our birthstone colors. So that's a little more in-depth explanation of Forgiven Hearts, who we are, how we came to be, and all that good stuff.
Okay. Now you stated because we got a chance to talk on Sunday and you got some
Mhm.
upcoming events. So tell us about some upcoming events you got coming up.
Absolutely. So we initially when we last spoke, we were speaking of our MLK giveaway. And so I do want to just briefly say that went really, really well. So I want to thank you for getting us on to talk about that event. Even in the midst of COVID, we were able to help 95 people, and that was great. They were so gracious, and it was open to any and everyone. We had no stipulations. You didn't have to show ID. Just come sign your name so that we can document that it actually went to someone. But they received a total over 1,700 items, hygiene items, including scarves and gloves and food, non-perishable food items. So that was just a blessing. I want to thank everyone for coming, all the volunteers from the NPHC, from just my personal friends, FGH supporters. I just want to thank them all. And of course, the PD CAP Emergency Shelter for just partnering with us and allowing us to come in to serve their population and others as well. So upcoming. So we're at the end of January leading into February. We know February is kind of our love month. Last year, we were able to partner with FCM Ministries. Let me get it right. Fellowship of Christians Movement Outreach Ministries. Shout outs to my girl, Adrian, for partnering, allowing us to partner with them. And we went out in the community. And so we were sitting one day and we had this conversation, and she, was like, well, what's coming up next? What are you all doing? And I said, well, one of my goals is to be able to buy out basically a laundromat and allow people to come in during a certain time and wash their clothes for free and provide the products for them. And so through that conversation, she mentioned, oh, well, we're going to be passing out some items. And I was like, well, look at God. So I believe that everything has a purpose. And I was like, well, and she had reached out to me before about coming in and talking and doing some things together. And I was like, this sounds like the right time. So that's what we did last year. We went to different laundromats and we passed out products. And I wanted to just take it up an ante. And I said, well, I want to also provide the coins. And so in addition to getting the products, we gave them the coins since we didn't since we wanted to go to so many different ones. I believe we ended up going to about 9 or 10 and instead of just buying out one. And so people received money for a load and the products. So this year we're going to kind of carry that on. So we're calling it With Loads of Love from FGH. COVID came, we couldn't do it again, but here we are in 2021, and we are coming back with our pop-ups, our loads of love from FGH. And that is going to be an amazing event. I just love it. People don't expect it. No one knows where you're going, but people are just happy because you're coming to the laundromat, maybe trying to figure out how you're going to pay for it, trying to figure out how you can get more clothing in the washing machine. We probably all have been there, even if it was just when we were college students or when we were younger. We've been there, so we know.
Yeah.
So to have that surprise where someone's like, this is free, like, really? That is what we're going to do. And we're doing it on Valentine's weekend. So we're going to start that on the 12th of February. So again, we don't advertise the time, we don't advertise the location, we just pop up. FGH serves the Low Country and the PD regions. So you have a general idea, but of course those are big regions.
Yes.
So we will be popping up and spreading some love that way. And then on the next day, on the 13th, we will be partnering with Empowered to Heal. So again, we want to continue to give. We don't want it to just be a one-time thing. We want to continue to partner with other organizations so that we can reach even more people. So on the 13th from 11 to 1, we will be, again, giving away items, snacks, hygiene items, things like socks as well will be included. We want people to come out. The address for that event is 702 South Coyd Street. And again, that's 702 South Coyd Street on February the 13th. Free for anyone. And the name of that event is called Way of Caring. So it's our Way of Caring event on the 13th. So we're coming like bam, bam, bam to you all that weekend, okay? We
Yeah.
want to show some love. Okay. So that is what's happening on the 13th of February. And we don't want to overlook the fact that February is not only Love Month, Heart Health Month, it is also Black History Month. So last year, we took some time to look at people who were being spotlighted in South Carolina. And we wanted to just give an extra boost to spotlighting them, because, again, we all have a different base of people who may follow us, and some of it may cross over, but there are always people who may follow you who may not follow me. So we want to just kind of give an extra boost to the spotlighting of those people. And so we do have our Black History Month spotlights coming out as we did last year. So look out for those posts, and we encourage people to share those posts. People do what they do really not sometimes for the accolades, and I think I can say that is the case for most people that I encounter, but it is always good to be recognized. So we want to recognize not only the accomplishments of those many, many people who deserve it, who we are taught about in school, or who we may see on TV. We want to support and share their information and their contribution, but we also want to think about who are those people in South Carolina, and do our part to give them their flowers as well. Or even if they have already gone passed on, let those loved ones who are here know, hey, we saw them, we appreciate them. And so we will be doing that through the month of February. So I want to backtrack to the very beginning of February, because I almost skipped one of the most important ones. I alluded to it, but I didn't discuss it. So since we have been founded, we have been supporting heart health awareness. We've been supporting the American Heart Association, especially the PD region, with the walks and raising funds, and that usually takes place in October. But in February, they have a very, very special day that's very near and dear to me, as it is to so many people. It is Go Red Day, Go Red for Women, on February the 5th. So at some point tonight and tomorrow, you're going to start seeing us drop some information, just saying, hey, hello, don't forget, get your red together. We will be rocking our red on February the 5th. And that's so important to me because, we spread awareness about it for everyone, but people always ask, well, why is it for women? And I always tell them, I'm like, listen, I do research, so I'm going to share with you what I have found from my research from credible resources like GoRedForWomen.org or the CDC. And I explained that women, for many, many, many years, women were overlooked when we talked about heart health, in the sense of heart disease or heart attack. Men were more so at the forefront, and we want to continue to be aware and spread awareness about them. But because we realize, when you realize that something is being overlooked, you kind of got to give it an extra push so that it can also be recognized. And so we want to say, hey, women, this is killing us too, and actually it's the number one killer. We want us to pay attention to our bodies. We want to encourage each other and our family members as women to pay attention to your bodies. Go to your doctor. We tend to be a very busy group of people, right? Women are super busy, men are too, so don't get it twisted. But women are running everywhere and taking the kids everywhere, and
Mhm.
maybe working full-time jobs as well, and helping the cousin, helping this. And again, men are doing it too, but women tend to do a lot more of overlooking. And I think it's because it's like, oh, it's nothing, probably just nothing. I'm just tired. I just this, I just that. And many times those things may actually be the case. But I don't want anyone to take the chance of not being sure. Go to the doctor and confirm it. Don't just give yourself the stamp of clearance when you may not be cleared. So it's all about awareness and just getting people to stop. 80% of the cases of cardiac events can be prevented, and that's important to me, and that's what I want people to know. So when 80% of anything can be prevented, if you just do your part, we want
Mhm.
to do our part. So that is coming up on February the 5th. Please, again, follow us. so that you can sign up. We want to know how many people are planning to go red with us, and we're going to just splash red everywhere, post it on all our outlets on the 5th of February.
All right. Everything was well said. I didn't have to ask you any questions. You just flow. Now, this is like one of the easiest interviews I've ever done.
Goodness. Well, I try. Like, I really want to give people the information, hopefully answer the questions that they may have, explain why they should care. Because I really believe that when people know about something, it does at some point change how they do things, even if just a little bit. It may be a click, or it may be someone mentioning something to you that they never mentioned before because they just heard something. Do you know it's easy to do this if we just do that? And so I want to answer all those questions, because you don't know if you're going to cross those people again. So it's like a pitch, right? I want to give you everything that leaves you wanting to take action.
Right. And also, if anyone would like to get in contact with you, make sure you tell them all of your social media handles, any email addresses or phone numbers that they can get in contact with you, or, anywhere they can leave a message with the organization. Just give them that information as well.
So we are Forgiven Hearts, FOUR, for the number 4. Spell it out. Forgiven Hearts. And as I tell people, we foster forgiven hearts and responsible citizenship. We are found on Facebook, Instagram. We're now on LinkedIn, YouTube, and we are on Twitter. So you can contact us on any of those pages. You may call us at 864-381-8430. 864-381-8430. You may text that as well, because I know a lot of us, we want to communicate via text, and don't worry, I'm in that same boat. So send a text, and we will definitely respond back to you as well. You may email us at forgivenhearts@gmail.com. And if you would like more information, please go to www.forgivenhearts.org.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. And like I told you, just like last time, anything that you need Tori to do, I am a phone call away. Just call me up. And like I said, I want to do whatever I can to help your organization, nonprofit organization, using my platform to spread the good news. Okay.
Thank you. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. And everyone tuning in, make sure you look up Forgiving Hearts nonprofit organization. And like I told you guys the last time, if you missed the beginning, you can watch the replay. It's streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope platforms. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting Forgiving Hearts, because everybody talks about Forgiving Hearts. That's like one of the organizations, nonprofit organizations that I hear about a lot.
Thank you.
That says a lot about your character, who you are as a person, and what your nonprofit represents. That says a lot, because I hear a lot about Forgiving Hearts. Before I even met you, I heard about Forgiving Hearts. So that says a lot about your character. That says a lot.
I appreciate it. And I thank the supporters, because we couldn't be who we are. I have an amazing board, and they give me the creativity to kind of move the way that I feel led to move. But like we mentioned, I always do my research, see what's needed. And then the supporters, people like you coming through, it helps us. So it's not just me. I thank God for just allowing things to flow, because it has truly been revealed to me that this has definitely been my calling. So I'm very grateful.
And that's one of your biggest supporters right there. You see that comment, right?
Yes, Janice Lee Alfred. Yes, she is. She has been one of my biggest supporters since my Timmonsville days. So talking about New Orleans Heart Club, she's been right there. So she, along with Josie Welch, who is one of my current board members, the three of us, we were the team, and we would put on these productions, and they would help me with my events, and I would try to help them with theirs, and we would just work together. So I appreciate her as well.
Yes, Janice is an awesome. That's another person that I could truly say that's living in their purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
So once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. And like I said, anything that you need me to do, I am there. I'm a phone call away. Or like you said, you into text, so you can text me too.
Yeah.
But anytime you need me, and like I said, to utilize my platform, just give me a call and I'm here.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you all out there for listening. All right, you guys have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye.